the performance on Saturday was something to be cherished. Then it's like they just picked up where they left off.
Said to Ben, can I say the pun? 5-star performance. It was. Jimmy Devon said to me before the game, we'll win this 3-0, Gaff. I went, why? He went, just the atmosphere in the dressing room, the camaraderie, the togetherness, mentality monsters, as someone's referred them to. It's just an exceptional group to work with. Did I ever think that we'd win a game 5-0 today? No. Not against the Ashton side after Steve's interview Saturday. He wanted a response. He challenged some of the lads. He challenged them that if they didn't step up, they wouldn't be here next season. And then they give him that today, which, manager to manager, you feel for each other because you're all in the like kind of the dog race, if you will, and you never want to see a manager be on the end of a 5-0 drubbing. But I think what it does is answer some of his questions. I think for us, we've just continued to build, and I said tongue in cheek, didn't I? Everyone knows my interview. Can we take 18 from 18? Not expecting that we're going to go 12 from 12 with Stafford and Games, which play respectively, but they have, Tim, and they have, and they fully deserve it. And the pace and energy in that side now, on the front two, Fazer and Max, and young Matty when he come on, but the wide areas in Keane-Baru, wow. Dante, wow. Donohue. People say when he doesn't play, what's happened, why is he not playing? We can't replace a Mike Donohue for the wages we pay. We can't replace a Mike Donohue whether or not we did pay big money, because he's just an exceptional player, the best player in the league. And you're playing next to Luke Griffiths, who scores the goal he did, the way he's playing, at the bar Saturday, he took his penalty, scored again today. Maybe you've just found a combination in midfield of 25 and probably coming into the best years. And then look behind that, Guy Holt at left back, and Ethan Vaughan, it would have been Mullers. And then Curtis and Jan. Jan had a rest Saturday. But the one who stands out for me more than anyone is Lavercombe. We've done loads of work on his positional play. Dan's been coaching his career to maybe play a bit deeper off his line. I want to play him higher. But he's everything about his game today, from his kicking, his distribution, his saves, his how quick he was off his line, his communication. I mean, I love it when he smashed Guy Hall in the first half, because not for Guy, but that's what you want your centre half to do. Man and ball, bang straight through it. And Dan, with his clean sheet, and we're working behind the scenes now to keep Dan Lavercombe here next season. He's the best keeper, isn't he? And we want to be able to build from the back. And you have a Lavercombe in the form he's in, and maybe do a little bit of work with him. Callum Green was doing great, the keeper coach behind the scenes with him. He can now see that we've got an exciting side, and sometimes it does take time to rebuild. But I've got real belief now that this squad that you've seen today will, you might lose one or two, naturally. You've got Keegan, who might go back to Barnsley, a young Keane, you never know, you try and keep him. And we will bring in 4, 5, 6 players in the summer. But that's just to bolster the squad. But you've got to wrestle in your hands, because if you've got the talent that you've got here, 18, 19, 20, Max Kane up front, another 2 goals today, Big Fazer, who's nowhere near fit yet. I think Ben just says like Mark Hughes. He's great, and he's a foil for us, and it's exciting. And then you turn to your bench, don't you? And you go, Woolers, go on. I know Woolers has picked up an injury. You then go on, Matty, young Sandro coming on, and you're not even rolling out Doddy or Keegan. So it's refreshing. It's nice. And like everything, you enjoy it, but the game's done now. We'll enjoy it tonight, and then we'll get ready for training, and we'll get ready for Stafford on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair to say, I got into Ashton at about 11:30 this morning. The heavens opened, and I was asking questions. Basically, is this game going to be on? It absolutely buckets it down. And fair play to the Ashton ground staff who works like absolute Trojans. Basically, they have a machine which sucks water off the pitch, and that was very well employed. There was standing water at 2:30. The referee, thankfully, saw the weather forecast and let it play. To be fair, basically, the Ashton pitch is much improved. And the ball played true, didn't it?
So loads of thank yous there. Ashton ground staff, like you said. The understanding of the referee. I thought he got it spot on today. He was in no rush to call the game off. He wanted the game to play, and it's nice when you get one of them. And I thought he refereed the game superbly well. But what they've done at the pitch is the best pitch at Hurst Cross I've seen. And the rain helped the zip, helped the movement of the ball. Some nice little tasty tackles going in. It was great to play in, but when we play the way we play on a slick pitch like this, and this is what I was annoyed Saturday because we didn't water the ground. We didn't water the grass. The groundsman wasn't there Saturday, and I was frustrated about that because we're at our best when the pitch is slippy and it's wet and it's got a zip on it because we're a passing side and we're an attacking side. Today the pitch played really well, but I just don't think they had an answer for us. They didn't have an answer for our pace. They didn't have an answer for our rotations, our passing, and that's a really good FC United side. And I've just said to Ben there, and I'll say it to you, Tim, that's the best performance I've had, without a doubt. I could say Shields, again, maybe I could say the Warrington, the Lancaster game. This will live long in my memory, 5-0 away at Ashton. And not because it's Ashton, but because it was just an all-round wonderful performance. And the fans in the second half, that's as good as I've heard them. And I know we love an away day, and I know we love the song. And it's up to me and the players to put performance on to get them into that voice. But they were exceptional, and I loved the moment. Ben just said in there, reminding him back in the early years where I turned Faizu around when he should have come off this side. I said, go and clap them fans because you deserve the accolade, you deserve the ovation that you got. And he walked around the whole side of the ground and everybody clapped him. And I like that. That's that connection that you need between the fans and the players. And, maybe it's a new beginning, but this squad that you're seeing now, maybe it's a new dawn and they can go on and excite the fans. Will they win every game? No. Will they make mistakes? Yeah. Do they need reinforcements? Yeah. But I'll tell you what, Tim, they're a good group to work with, really good group to work with.
Yeah, I mean, we talked briefly on Saturday about sort of like coming to places which are harder to play at against teams who play a more competitive style. And I think we answered the question with, frankly, I can't remember more than 2 or 3 occasions where either Curtis, Jan or Dan had to clear a hurried ball. Every ball seemed to be forward
passes, stepping out of play, rotations, and that's maybe at times where players have taken it into their own hands this season, maybe at the back line and gone long too many times. Maybe the personnel I picked, I'm not sure. You've got a Jan Palinkas who I wax lyricals about all the time, but Curtis Jones, we've got more years of Curtis Jones. He's got a deal. He'll be here next season. You build it around him. He captained the side immensely well today. He doesn't take his foot off the gas. All right, maybe he may misplace a pass here and there, but again, I've just said Lavercombe's the best keeper. He's the best centre half in the league. And you got young Palinkas alongside. If you got Donohue who can drop in there, we go and get another one in summer. I look at left back, Guy Holt. Tell me who's better. Reminds me of the young Adam Dodd. And you're going to develop him. We go and get another one, and then at right back, young Ethan. Has come in. He's finding the way we play. Got Woolers as well. So you can build on that foundation. And like I said, if we can get the Lavercombe deal done, I'll be really really happy with that. And then this is nothing against the older lads at all, but when you have a midfield too of 25-year-olds who can cover every yard of grass and can both play exceptionally well, and you can back it up with your Ennis's and your Potts and so on, and then your front line, 21, 22, just tenacious. And I'm excited. I'm really excited. And that's why I've challenged everyone behind the scenes now to really work hard over the summer and get us a little bit more, because I need this squad to have 18, 19, 20 paid players. So if I do leave players out, they won't leave. They won't go elsewhere. And that's my challenge to the club, the board. Can we do that? Because I certainly don't want to kind of be hung out to dry again when you haven't got the players, or you haven't got, you've got a lot of injuries and stuff. I want to be able to turn to maybe my 20 and go, right, it's your turn. And that, I made reference to that when I said Doddy and young Keegan didn't get on today. They're part of that squad. And, that's what we want to do. We want to build that 20 players. I'm envious of teams that use 26, 27 players. It's great. But we've got a lot to do behind the scenes, but we've still got a lot to do as a squad. But I'll tell you what, confidence is a big thing, and motivation, they've got it in abundance. And I could just see it. You look around, when you've got Mike Donohue back inside, the players go up another 2 or 3 inches. And I know he's got man at match, but he's an amazing talent. And that song at the end, the Agadoo, we've got Michael Donohue. It's just, he loved it. And, big beaming smile across the young kid's face. And it's great. And he has a connection with this club because he's a club legend here. He's played 130, 140, 150, whatever it'll be. And I'm hoping he goes and plays another 150 because he's best years ahead of him.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of someone who's carving his own legend, another 2 for Max.
Yeah, another striker we find. But someone will be, looking at Max. But Max is good. Max hungry, wants to work with me. I'm really good friends with his dad, and that's why we got the deal done. And Max is fighting for a deal for next season. But you've got a 9 now who scores goals. You've got a 9 who works really hard. But you've got what he benefits from is a foiling Phaser. I can't wait for Phaser to get off the mark and we scored today, it was disallowed, but it's them two could play together. And then you go and look at Matty and one more. You don't need a great deal. And there'll be games that you all have to rest and rotate. And you might play a 4-2-3-1 and maybe Max has to slide one side, phase it down the middle. But that's the options that we want. We're craving them options and we've got them, you know. And like I said, I think we've done well with our centre forward line over the 4.5 years I've been here with Tunde and Regan and now Matt's Kane and little bits chipping in. But that's where you can build from. I've just said about the back line, but if you've got two winning runners and two strong boys up front who don't give defences a minute, you've got a chance of scoring goals at every opportunity. And the way we sprung them today, you know, we the counter attacks that we play, the one touch, the rotations, some of Keane Barou's tricks on the right hand side were just mesmerising. And yeah, just happy for them all. They deserve all the credit. They're just a great group, like I said. And you know, I know I've had a bit of a pop at some people. You know, I've said that, and people will say this, that, and the other. It's not a personal pop, Tim. It's a pop to say that we work so hard behind the scenes to get things right, and people will call you out when things go wrong. Well, things will go wrong in a football season. That's fine, and people will probably jump on bandwagons when you get beat more than when you win. But that's my willingness to work hard, you know, and show people that I work hard and show people that I want the best at this football club. And along the way, yeah, I won't get everybody on my side, but I can see today that the lads are on my side, the fans are certainly on my side, and you know, I want to be here as long as I want to be, you know, as long as I can be here, and I want to build a side now that can go and compete at the top end of the pitch, and that's the dream, and it's get FC promoted. But we'll enjoy today. We'll get ready for Stafford, and then you know, final game at Gainsborough, which I'm sure that we'll take a load to. But I've just said to Ben, can we get 2,500, please? You know, if you're listening now, if you watch the interview, get your mate, get your next door neighbour, get your grandma, your auntie, whoever it is. Let's go and pack out Broadhurst Park, because this group here, they deserve a packed house and the relish in playing in front of the fans at the minute.
Yeah, well, I mean, if the last two performances are anything to go by, and to be fair, even the performances before that, you know, it's going to be a really entertaining game. There's a fans' end of season party straight after that game on Saturday, so definitely worth coming down and saying thank you to the players who put so much in over the last season. Yeah,
and you know, there will be lots of thank yous on Saturday for my last home game, you know, interview of the season. But there is so much work going on behind the scenes, and I know I said I'm excited, but when you reference the business plan, the vision, the work that's going on, it really is coming to fruition. And I know we've been through our tough times, and there's still tough times ahead, but it's exciting behind the scenes, you know, and that's why I'm challenging them. Can we do a little bit more? And I don't know if there's enough hours in the day to do a little bit more, but everybody, I just feel that togetherness, that the club is one, and there's no divide, and that's from the players, the management, the fans, everybody. We're in this together, and you know, let's although we may miss out this season, you know, and we may talk about the 3 points, and we might let's put that to bed, and you know, let's get ready for the summer, a good pre-season final, hopefully in Milan, and you know, finish the season strong. But yeah, thanks to everyone, and see you at home on Saturday.
Yeah, and just one final thing. Obviously, South Shields crowned as champions today, worthy winners.
Massive congratulations, Jeff Thompson, you know, Lee Picton, Kevin Phillips and his management side. The lads that we know at South Shields will be absolutely gutted to lose them. You know, we've got a really good relationship with Shields, the fans. They always make us feel welcome. But, you know, what Jeff's done at that football club, he fully deserves this championship. And we hope that they go from strength to strength. We'll be right on you, you know, coattails. We're coming for you. You know, it might be next season, the season after. But massive congratulations from everybody at FC United. And, you know, well done, and you deserve the success.
Okay, so see you on Saturday, 3 o'clock. As always, we've got Malcolm's on. Fantastic. And then, obviously, the end-of-season party straight after.
See everyone on Saturday. Cheers, Tim.
So, Michael, Joseph Holt's man of the match as chosen by FCM Radio. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
It was a superb performance for 90 minutes, not just from yourself, but the entire team. What did you make of it?
Brilliant. Obviously, I think just following on from the game on Saturday, obviously, I was looking around at this as we were starting the game, and a lot of the lads I've hardly played with at all, because obviously I've been out 4 or 6 weeks, and just shows obviously the turnover we've had, the work that the gaffers had to do, bringing in new players. And obviously I've been watching, I can see the good players, but playing with them, I can see, you know, what an influence they have on the team and energy that they bring. You know, I think I was one of the older lads on the pitch, and I'm only like 25 myself, so I felt a bit old, but yeah, I thought it was a really good performance today. Yeah,
I mean, it was noticeable that, you know, I said to Reynolds basically, so many of the passes were just forward. It wasn't backwards, sideways. It was forward every time.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. Obviously, we're trying to play forward. We've got like Max up top now, just running channels all day. So we know kind of anything we put in the channels, he was going to chase. We have like Dante and Keane out wide, or getting in pockets and causing them trouble. And it makes your job easier as a midfielder then when you've got such an attacking threat up front.
Yeah, and obviously you're playing with Griff, who's been in scintillating form recently.
Yeah.
So you two know each other inside out.
Yeah, I think Griff's been brilliant, especially obviously the last few games. I think he's really stepped up and done absolutely brilliant. It's a shame to lose him after 20 minutes. Obviously, had an influence in the game, getting the goal early and getting his goal. So hopefully it's nothing too serious. But I think he's been like tremendous last few games.
Yeah, and obviously it's your second game back after injury. How are you feeling?
I'm tired. Dead leg. I think got elbowed in the jaw, so that's a little bit sore now. And obviously the ankle's not quite 100%, but I'm sure obviously I'll be match fit by the time that the season ends.
Yeah, I mean, I bet you when you saw the weather beforehand and you were warming up before the game, thinking this is probably the worst pitch to sort of get back into it on.
Yeah, but like obviously I wouldn't have wanted this because they had a game next Tuesday, so we'd been putting on Thursday night. I'd just rather while I'm here, get out there, play. We've got to learn to win games in these conditions. That's one thing that's I think it's a big fault for us, where we come to a place where the pitch isn't the best or the weather isn't the best, and times in the past we've struggled. But I think obviously today put on a really good performance. We've shown that we can do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's before the Marine game. It was noted that they sort of like the warm up was a little bit quiet. Basically, things felt a bit flat. Today, it looked like, even though it was chucking it down, basically, it felt like a completely different vibe. What do you think's made the difference over the last 4 weeks?
I've trained last week, so last week was my first week back in training. I thought like the intensity in training has been a lot higher. In the change rooms, obviously, lads got a really good group of lads there. We've been getting on with one another, so we'll fight for each other on the pitch. Like, I think the intensity's been there. It starts kind of Tuesday and the Thursday night in training. We should take that into the warm up, then we take that into the game.
Okay, and we can't let sort of the interview go without your views on your new song.
Yes, I really enjoy it. I think obviously my girlfriend Jess enjoys it even more. Obviously really like the song. Obviously very, very good. I think obviously about time that I had one. I've been here for quite a while. It's really good. I've made up of it.
Okay, well, hopefully we'll hear it a lot more on Saturday. So congratulations once again. You're the Joseph Holt Man of the Match, as chosen by FM Radio.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
What a